Hello everyone, this is Joe here. Thank you for visiting my channel. In today's video, I wanted to go over the suspicious fibers, black particles that are being found in surgical masks, specifically the polypropylene surgical masks. Now, Health Canada has brought forth a warning on these surgical masks, specifically stating the ones that contain graphene. Now, these masks that I've been testing do not particularly contain or are labeled graphene. These are normal surgical masks that are polypropylene 3-layer masks that you would buy from a local dollar store or grocery or supermarket. So in this particular mask, I've purchased the maple medical mask from Foodland Groceries, and I'm going to show you some video of the particles that I have found. Now, so I'll just show you the mask. This is the packaging. It's labeled 3 layers, and it's high filtration efficiency. This is the back of the package with the barcode. And this is the contents of the mask. These are pink colored masks. They are not labeled as graphene containing. And this is what I have here is basically the mask after being soaked with hydrogen peroxide, 3% hydrogen peroxide. And that was the protocol that I followed. I allowed the mask to be soaked for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now these masks, they have different layers. Usually the outer layer and inner layer are hydrophobic, meaning that they're water fearing, and they will not readily absorb the solvent, if it's an aqueous solvent or water-based solvent. But with some time, with some soaking, it does penetrate the fabric. And the key here is that these particles are not visible are not visible to the naked eye. You cannot see them. Even if you bring them very close to your face, you cannot see these particles. They only become visible after soaking them in my case, what I've been doing is soaking them with the hydrogen peroxide, but you can also try with 70% alcohol. After soaking for 5 to 10 minutes, these black particles start to appear. Whether they're contracting or moving, So as you see here, after soaking for about 5 to 10 minutes, almost immediately as I zoomed my camera in, now I have a Samsung S9 that I'm using, and it's about 8 times magnification. Immediately a fiber appeared, a black, very distinct fiber, and it seemed that it is sort of protruding from the fabric. I did get some tweezers, and I was able to move this fiber. It seems like if you give it a little, it's trying to move out of the fabric. Now, with a little bit of effort, I was able to bring this fiber outside from the fabric. And it's now, sorry, because of the motion on the camera, I couldn't get a very clear picture. I'd have to always keep resolving the image so I get a better resolution, focusing the image. But the fiber did come loose from the fabric of the mask. And let me just go back here. So as you see, here is another section on the mask that has these black particles. Now, just to let you guys know that these particles are not polypropylene, and I've checked that by using a sink float technique. The density of polypropylene is less than water, so when I place that in water, they would float if it were a plastic part of the mask. But these particular black fibers do not float. They immediately sink to the bottom. meaning one of that it's not polypropylene, that these fibers could be in fact carbon nanotube or could be nanographene. I'm under the assumption, or sort of, I have a really big hunch that these particles are nanographene, because under the microscope I could see the ends that were broken. They have individual, very small, minuscule fibers. So each one of these fibers has many multiple fibers within a bundle. So they're bundled, and there's many other fibers within them. Yet here is another fiber. Again, very distinct black. You cannot see these with your normal naked eye. If you do see them, they're very, very, very small. They almost look like specks. This is again on like a zoomed 8 times on a cell phone camera. So I tried to isolate again these fibers. They do come loose fairly quickly. I was trying to capture these fibers because I'm storing them in a vial, and my next intention is to determine exactly what these fibers are, if in fact they're graphene, or are they nanographene, carbon nanotube, are they some other material, are they a smart material? We don't know for sure, but what I can say is this: I've tested now 3 types of masks: the normal blue surgical mask, this pink mask from Foodland, and I've also tested the KN95 masks from the dollar store. All of them contain these particles. If you look carefully, you can find tens, if not hundreds of them, all embedded into the mask. That's it for now, everyone. Thanks for watching this video. Please share it. Take some caution. I for sure am not going to be wearing these type of masks after testing 3 types already. I will be testing more. I'm going to be gathering more and more data. If you have any images or video, please send them to me. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also connect with me on Facebook. And please send me. I'm trying to gather a lot of information. I will present this information soon to the health and safety authorities where I work, which is at a university. And I want to take this to further implications, not only to just put a warning or advisory, but to ban these altogether from being used. If these in fact are nanographene at the nanoscale or even a microscale, these are being inhaled by children, by adults, and by the elderly. And they are being inhaled and entering into the lungs and remaining into the lungs. Nanomaterials, they readily can be absorbed into the bloodstream. They can cross the blood-brain barrier, and they're smart technology as well. So they interact with RF, EMF technology, radiation, electrical waves, EMF radiation, so electromagnetic radiation fields. So they will move, they will contract, they will expand, they can transmit signals. So this is something you want to be very, very cautious of. And you can check for your own self. You take the mask that you're at work, check it under the camera, soak it with hydrogen peroxide. These fibers can come loose and they can enter into your lungway. Not only are we impeding our breathing process by putting masks on and knowing that masks do not filter out 100 nanometer viruses. Even if they mention efficiency only dictates the percentage of a material not passing through, but doesn't give you any indication of how many particles are actually getting through and what is the mask being challenged by. Now, most masks are challenged by 300 nanometer diameter salt particles. You're looking at hundreds of millions are being challenged across when you have a mask that is filtering 80 or 90%, you have still hundreds of thousands, if not millions of 100 nanometer particles that will pass through every 5 minutes. I would take extreme caution knowing now that these masks have these embedded particles in them. I'm not sure exactly how the government has allowed for 1 year these particles to, or these masks to be used by all aspects of society, and at the same time not investigated further to see that these masks have micro, if not nanoparticles, embedded in them. So I will let you guys know, give you more updates. I've already purchased another set of masks from a gas station. I'll provide you details with that shortly, and I'm going to try to further my research in giving better images, like under a microscope. I'm trying to gather lots of information so I can present this to a body, a health and safety body, and see how far we can go to get these masks banned as soon as possible, and let the public know the risks about these masks if these particles in fact are nanomaterials or graphene. Even if they're not nanographene, we need to know what are they, and that they can become loose and enter into the lung airway, breathing pathways, into the lower respiratory tract, and possibly absorbed into our blood. Thank you, and have a good day. Hello everyone, this is Joe here. Thank you for visiting my channel. In today's video, I wanted to go over the suspicious fibers, black particles that are being found